Good witch, bad bitch summer. That's what we're talking about today. We have an initiative happening. It's just like a free collective invitation to have the best summer yet, to create a summer that is memorable and makes you feel powerful and confident and strong and like you were born to feel alive. And we're calling it the Good Witch, Bad Bitch Summer 2024 event, I guess. I don't know. It happens all summer long and it's happening for you. Like it's a self created guided experience, but I want to tell you about it on today's episode. If the word witch makes you feel full of power and excitement, if you love personal development but loathe boring love and light conversation, if a sexy combo of witchery and inner work piques your interest, you're in the right place. Welcome home, Magic Maker, and welcome to Expedition to Soul, the podcast brought to you by the Sisters Enchanted. Welcome back to Expedition to Soul. I'm Sarah, founder of the Sisters Enchanted, and I've got a shorty episode for you today. You will notice that for the first time in maybe 18 months or so, we missed an episode this week. I did not get an episode out on Tuesday. I was away this week. I'm having a good witch, bad bitch summer, which I'm going to talk to you more about this summer. And taking time off, like weeks, like a week here, a week there. I'm taking 2 weeks off in October, another week off the end of July and then in August. And it's delightful. I will tell you, just honestly, I've been self-employed for 10 years now, 10 years in May. So now over 10 years. And in that time, I took off from work 1 week when my daughter was almost 1 years old. I took a week off. And then I took maybe like part of a week off like 3 years ago in the summer. I took like some of a week off. Otherwise, I have not taken time off of work in 10 years. And so this year, I have been in earnest taking time off, and it is making my good witch, bad bitch summer feel amazing. And I am here for it. But because of that, I did not get an episode out on Tuesday, nor did I put the energy into finding a replay episode. I was like, you know what? This is no one's gonna die today because I didn't put out a podcast episode. And so I just did not do it. And here we are today, though, with one for you. I want to tell you about Good Witch, Bad Bitch Summer, why we're doing it, what it means. Basically, if you don't know me personally, which most of you don't, like 99.9% of you don't, I use the word bitch a lot. And I say it in a way that, and some of you are already like, I'm tuning out of this. I don't want to hear about this. I don't like the word. And that's okay. You don't have to listen, but hear me out. I am going to tell you a little something about the word. So hang on if you're still here. But I use the word like in all different ways. If I like knock over a cup of water, I'll say bitches. And I don't really refer to like my like friends in that way. I will sometimes. I'll be like, well, I'll say hey witches usually. But anyway, it's one of the words that I use in my lexicon. And I last year for the holidays, I always buy Team Sisters Enchanted holiday gifts at the end of the year. And I bought the team t-shirts that said Team Sisters Enchanted, good witches, bad bitches is what it said. And I didn't really think anything of it. I thought it was fun. And then people in the community saw the shirts because we wear them and folks like loved it. So then it really got me thinking, let's empower people to have a good witch, bad bitch summer. So what we did is we put together this PDF and it's totally free. I'll even like try to link it up in all the places, but uh, if you're in our community group, you probably have it there. And what we have done is just giving you basically a printout with, I think it's 36 blank spaces for you to write down things you want to do this summer that are going to make you feel like a good witch, bad bitch, whatever that feels like for you. We give you some ideas, of course. My challenge is to do things that ignite your inner child that you've always wanted to do, dreamt of doing, never done. Things that you like, well, other people do that. Why can't I do it? And really step out of your comfort zone and have a great summer. That's what I want for you. I want to talk about these words though, witch and bitch. Of course, we teach a program here called Holistic Witchery. So we are not afraid of the word witch, and we've really leaned into it over the years. They are words though that stem a lot of controversy. So I think they're worth talking about here. I was actually reading a paper written by, who's this written by? Uh, a sociologist. I'll have to look, but I don't want to lose this paragraph. So I will come back to who it's written by. It was written in 2009, though. So it is at this point, a few years old, called Reclaiming Critical Analysis, The Social Harms of Bitch. And the paper is written by, I believe, sociologists who study feminism and gender identity and whatnot, which was what I minored in college. So really interesting stuff to me. My focus was on women in poverty in particular, that I was very interested in, and how poverty is different for women than it is for men. So I'm super interested in this topic. When I came across the paper, I was like, yes, let me read this. And I was surprised by the vast well of emotion that rose within me when these people were like, down with the word bitch. We don't use it. It's horrible. You shouldn't be using it. And my whole self was like, I disagree. But isn't that the beauty of this world, to disagree? Now, I do want to share with you though, because I want you to be a free thinking person and not just follow me down some path in the woods. That's not safe. Don't follow people down paths in the woods that you don't know. Actually, side note, one time I gathered some women from the TSE community right outside Salem, Massachusetts, and Gloucester, Mass. And we stayed at this house and we went in, I forget what it's called. I think it's like Dogtown something woods. I'm probably getting that incorrect, but I think the word dog is in it. And there's these old house foundations built of rocks, and there's like mystery around it. Anywho, we went in the woods to look for these, and everyone followed me in, and I had no idea where I was going. We had to go back out again, start over. So people have in fact followed me into the woods unknowingly, and it ended fine. So saying that, let me tell you this here. But basically, this is one of the lines in this paper that I had a visceral reaction to. The normalizing of bitch indicates the lack of imagination that results from living under conditions of entrenched inequalities. Ooh, lack of imagination. And I don't know, maybe there's something there, but it's one of these things that I really feel like words have meaning in tone, in context. Words change and grow. And I'd be really interested to see them do an analysis of this in this year 2024 versus 2009, and how things have changed in the world that we live in. Their argument though is that the term, they compared it to the phrase you guys throughout their paper, and they talk about that you guys has really become a just overarching, like, broad strokes term, way to communicate with people, versus using the word bitch because you'd use it with a dog, and that you'd have dominance over a dog, and that, like, bitching implies complaining like a woman does, not like a man, and that using the word really is just a way to further enhance these meanings, that there is like a bad thing, and that around the word bitch, and that claiming it as a term of power empowerment is basically saying, like be more masculine is what it's saying. Now I read all this, like I said, I had a visceral reaction to it. One, I've never really thought of using the word bitch on purpose as like empowerment. I do consciously think of it as a term that people use to say that a woman is too much, too loud, too mean, where with a man, we wouldn't say that. I do consciously think that. And I think that it's a word that I, rather than hiding from, would say, go ahead, call me your names. I will keep doing what I'm doing. I don't know. I think that when I receive the word, I receive it and use it very much in a playful way, for one, and two, in a way that's more like, go ahead and throw your sticks. I'm going to continue shining my light on the world and not hide from the things you may throw my way. They make, I understand their argument, but the word bitch, there's some thoughts for you on that. And we have used it here, witch and bitch, plus they rhyme, so it works really well. Now, the word witch is another one. I found an article, so I don't have sources for it, but an article. Oh, let me tell you who wrote this, a sociological article. Cheryl Kleinman with a K and Matthew Ezel, and Corey Frost. Reclaiming Critical Analysis, the Social Harms of Bitch. And then an opinion piece in The Atlantic from 2023, December, so more recent. And I'm not like source checking this, so know that it's an opinion not source checked by me. But the article talks about the witch and witchcraft. And some of this I just anecdotally know from acquaintances of mine. But 40% of the world's population, this article says, believes in witchcraft as like witchcraft a bad thing, like that somebody can cast a spell on you and ruin your day. 40% of the world's population. Now, I have an acquaintance who is from, her husband's from Nigeria, and I forget what country she is from, but both from countries on the continent of Africa. And she was recently there. Her father passed and was there for like selling the house and doing the things that one does in those times, and was sharing that they were like trying to buy, I think it was bananas from a street vendor, and she only had what would be like a $20 bill basically in whatever the denomination was. And the bananas were like nothing, like very little money, but that's all she had. So she went to hand the money to the person, and this woman that I'm acquainted with grew up in this country, so she's familiar with this. And she actually videoed it because she was like, watch what happens when I try to buy these bananas with this bill. And the person backed away and wouldn't take the money because she, like, somebody who had that much money to just hand out is obviously a witch. Like, bad things are going to come when she has that energy exchange. Takes the money, gives the bananas. She's now going to be cursed and hexed. So there is still, I think when we in America here just like are like, we're witches. I mean, I call myself a witch, but I think it's important to know that very much around the world, there are still many cultures that are like that. You do not say that. That is a bad thing. And it will be a bad thing. And this article also says, I think it's 16.4% of Americans think of witchcraft like that, like people that are just walking around hexing people. So when we use this phrase for the summer, good witch, bad bitch, I really believe that using both of those words is very much like putting yourself in the position of a position where you to I don't want to say reclaim your power, but not even reclaim it necessarily because so much power was taken away, but to claim your power, to say, I am taking authority over what the word witch means to me. And I'm taking authority over my life. And if that makes me other and different, remember that many people, most of the people throughout history who have been tried, convicted, killed of witchcraft were not witches. So to say I am a witch is to really put yourself in the position of people that would have not had enough power to not be tried, convicted, jailed, killed for a word that was just put upon them. So we are really aligning ourselves with that lack of, that historical lack of power. And so here I think it's really about claiming the power. And when I think of this thing that we casually call good witch, bad bitch summer without any second thought, like I did not put any second thought into it, and then really got to thinking about the words bitch and witch. I think it's claiming your power. It's claiming for you. What does this mean for you to be unwavering in the boundaries that you set this summer? Be unwavering in the things that you want to do. When somebody tells you it's a dumb idea, we can't do this, you're not strong enough, smart enough, safe enough, whatever, and then you do it anyway. What does it mean when you don't back down and you have fun and you try something new? What does it mean when you pull your tarot cards and you drink your herbal tea in public near where people can see you? What does it mean to claim just the things that are crawling under your skin, ready to shine out like rays of sunlight? What does it mean to stand in that light, no matter what looks people give you, no matter what verbal sticks and stones they throw or barriers they try to put up towards your happiness? And you just maintain your energy frequency, your power frequency, your web of deliciousness that you are putting out around yourself, like this beautiful auric ball, swirly whirliness that you are just moving through life with. and only bringing things into your energy center, your globe, your field that feel really good. And you do it without flinching, without hesitating. That is a good witch, bad bitch summer. And that's what that is. The sun is shining. When you shine your light, the shadows are going to come out more and more and more. And standing in it and standing through it, that's a good witch, bad bitch summer. So what are you going to do this summer to feel that way? I've given you some food for thought for the words. One of the arguments in that essay against the word bitch as a term that sets feminism back, so they say, is that there's not an equivalent word for bitching in like a male usage, right? They say bitching is really just like women complaining, but we use it at men to be like, don't be like a woman complaining. I gotta say, I use the word mansplaining all the time. I'll be like, stop mansplaining. That is one of the things I say. Don't be a mansplainer, whether it's to a man or a woman who just thinks she knows everything. Do not be a mansplainer. Do not do that. I actually will say, I don't think I've ever said the word bitching in like a complaining way. I don't think I've ever, that's not a way I use the word, but I do say mansplaining. Mansplainers are not welcome in my sphere of energy. I very quickly am like, oop, instant shutdown. Instant robot shutdown. That's a mansplaining that's happening there. And I instantly like move away. So just another random thought on words. I love words. I really think that they are the words are the spells we cast. And I was actually an English major in college. And fun fact, I was going to be a lawyer. I took the LSAT and I did really well. And it's because I think of my love of words and critically thinking about words as presented together and strings of words that are used, which really was fascinating to me when I really got to thinking about the words bitch and witch recently, which I do think about the word witch a lot. And I've talked about that before, but not the word bitch. And so looking into that and the different views on the word, and I appreciate differing views. I think that it's really important. It's one of my core personal values is to hold two truths at the same time. And so I think it's important to hear differing truths because there's a difference between truth and fact, right? Like lived experience is a truth, which is different than fact. And it is not fact that the word bitch is bad. That's a truth that somebody has researched and they've found evidence for. And I find truth in the fact that I want to have a good bitch, bad witch summer. Bad witch, good witch summer. I said it backwards. Good witch, bad bitch summer. That is my truth. And if it is your truth, I hope you join us. And I hope that you have a really fun and empowered and powerful summer ahead. We'd love to hear what you're doing. So share with us. Some of mine are I got to say, I do live a pretty epic good witch, bad bitch life as it is, but I want to eat lunch or dinner on my paddleboard. So go paddle out to the middle of the lake, bring a cooler and eat lunch on the paddleboard. So I want to do that. I had on there to hike a new hike in New Hampshire, which I just did this last week, to go to stand in a waterfall. And I didn't quite stand all the way under it. I wasn't fully prepared for it when we got to it, but I did stand like in the water spray of it. So I marked it as complete. But to stand in a waterfall, my kids stood in it and I stood in the spray of it. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it complete. That was on my list. I can't recall now. I have a full list of 36 things, and that's all I'm remembering at the moment of things that listen to music outside, which I do every summer, but have not this summer. So it's on my list to listen to some music, live music outside, not just music. Listen to live music, like go see a band outside is on my list. I'm not remembering what else there was, but anyway, those are some of the things on my list. Make me feel really strong and powerful and connected. When I hiked to the waterfall, we happened to get there at a time when the sun was shining right over the waterfall. So it was like shining down on it. And when I tell you we came out of the trees, it felt like a miracle. Like nothing occurred, but it felt like a miracle ran through my body. And I just got so emotional and it was amazing. So 10 out of 10 recommend chasing a waterfall this summer. All right, y'all. Well, go out there, make it a good witch, bad bitch summer. Enjoy yourself. Let us know what you're doing. And if you have not joined us for our Magical Self-Care course and Born Magic Bootcamp. We are hosting a lunar tracking challenge with it, and it starts on the Cancer new moon, which is tomorrow if you're listening to this in real time. And I think it might be the last time we host it for this year. So go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you around. Thanks for hanging with me. And until next time, I hope that you have an enchanted rest of your day. If you love the podcast, be sure to leave us a rating or a review. That helps us to get the word out about all we're doing here at the Sisters Enchanted. Thanks for being part of our community, and we'll see you in the next episode.